wear no seatbelt. Um, I really couldn't do anything about the license expired thing. It was expired. There's really no justification for that, but my seatbelt was broken, the latch was broken, and my speedometer was also broken. So I went to our mechanic friend. He had them both fixed up for about $100 and went into court. The date was set for like 2 or 3 weeks later, and that was a huge bummer. I hate waiting for shit like that. I just love to get it just out of the fucking way, out of my mind. But 2 weeks later, we go in, and it's like a $150 fine for the driving while license is expired, and then wouldn't even see me about the other stuff. I have to set another date for like a week or two after that. So graciously, my grandparents pay for that for me as a loan because I really didn't have any money at the time. I'm very bad at saving money. I like to spend my money on stupid shit. As you can see, I got all these DVDs and action figures and comic books. I'm pretty stupid when it comes to money. But, so yeah, they pay for that. 2 weeks later, they didn't put any points on my license. They waived the seatbelt charge, but they charged me like they charged me like $90 for unlawful acceleration. So there that was, and at the same time I think I had to borrow a little bit of money for my school books. So all in all, I came out borrowing about $450 from my grandparents, which I have yet to pay back. It's always like, oh yeah, I'm going to very soon, but things always come up. I've always got a little bit of money because I'm always spending it on food and comics and stuff, so there that is. And then there's also the issue of my student loan. I was going to start saving for that once I paid for class, but now all the money's got to go to this car, so it's just like all these things in my mind, all this money issues, all this other stuff. Right, I get pulled over. And I get pulled over about a week ago. All my friends in the car, and apparently he pulled me over because the headlight was out. And it's one of these fucking ironic, bite you in the ass, tricky fucking situations where as soon as this was all done, the light clicked right back on. All I have to do is kick the thing, and the light comes back on. It's like, what the fuck? Thanks, fate, for deciding to screw me over in this one moment. But anyway, so that's why he pulled me over, and he gets my license, and this car is the car my brother bought from Ohio about a couple weeks ago. There's no insurance on it right now, and the plate is from the red car, the Firebird. So yeah, you can just about imagine. I was ready to fucking say goodbye to my job. I was ready to become a fucking hermit and start selling all this shit on eBay just to make ends meet for the next 3 months, because if you're driving with a suspended license, if you're driving without insurance, they can suspend your license for 90 days, and there's my job. I don't have a job anymore, basically. So in the brief 10-15 minutes while I was just sitting there with my buddies, my mind was all over the place. So he gets back and he's like, "Did you know your license is suspended?" I just thought he was being cocky and like, "Do you know I'm suspending your license for this? Do you realize the ramifications of your actions?" And I was like, "No, I didn't know that, but now I do." So he went back. I think he came back because I was looking for my insurance again, which there was none. I found the slip of sales from Ohio to prove that it was from Ohio, and to prove that this all was just an oversight of the last month or whatever. It's not like I'm driving around. Well, it kind of is. Anyway, so he comes back a little while later, and he's like, "Can you step out of the car? You're not going to be driving home. Can you get one of these guys to drive because your license is suspended?" So he brings me back, and he's like, "First off, driving with license is suspended. Secondly, driving without insurance, and thirdly, driving without registration." He's like, "I could have taken you to jail for this, but I don't feel like taking the time. So, because of my driving with license suspended." And I was like, "That's for this. That's not for this." And he's like, "No, your license is suspended for something else." So I'm like, "What the hell?" Come to find out, this is all have to do with that ticket before, the $150 while driving while license is expired. Apparently, I gave my mother the cash, and she paid that with a check. of her own. Apparently, maybe, I don't think it cleared the first time, and then she sent the proof to him again once it did clear, and I guess she's been fighting with this for the last several months, saying that she had the proof that she did pay it, and they're saying that it didn't clear, some bullshit. She even went as far to have the bank fax them the information that yes, indeed, it did clear. Well, the morning after I got pulled over, she called them up, and come to find out, they weren't looking at the back of the check. On the front of the check, it had a stamp that it didn't clear, but on the back, it had a stamp that it didn't clear and a stamp that it did clear. So they were really apologetic. They were like, "Oh shit, do we have to get your son out of jail?" She's like, "No, he's not in jail, but we just like to sort it out." So I've got this little slip of paper in my pocket that says my license isn't expired. I have to carry it around with me for about 6 weeks, and that's going to take care of the first ticket, thank God. As for the other 2 tickets, the officer said that as long as we get insurance on them and get the car registered before I go to court, then they should also be taken care of. So out of all the worst case scenarios, it's looking like I'm gonna get out of it pretty good. So I don't know, just a lot of stress, and the way I know how to handle stress is to eat, and so I've been doing that a lot. And seeing as how I haven't been able to work very much, my sleep schedule's been really crazy. I've been just staying up as long as I want, going to sleep when and wherever I am, just passing out, waking up whenever I do, getting something to eat. It's just like there's no control in my life right now. There's no order. There's no stability, I guess is the word I'm looking for, you know. And I'm hoping once I get this whole ticket thing sorted out, and once I get my car back on the road, I'll have that stability again. Because I didn't seem to find it that hard to control my eating before all this happened. I'm really not sure. You know, it's like I can't control anything else, so I won't control my eating either. I'll just let my eating get out of control. Or the other way I'm looking at it is maybe that's the only thing I can control, and I'll choose to control it the way I want, the way I'd prefer to eat, instead of the way I know I should. So I don't know, there's the 2 different ways I've been looking at it. I'm not sure which way it really is, but that's pretty much my really long explanation of why I've been overeating, blaming it all on my problems and blaming other people for my own problems, you know. That sort of thing. Projecting is what I think they call it in psychology. So, chicken doggins. I think I'm going to spend today working on a pretty sweet video for you guys. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. It's about a guy named Papa Crenshaw.